Hey everybody, how's it going? Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we're going to be doing a video on the proof sets that are worth a lot of money. Now, I have some in my hand. Unfortunately, these are some of the ones that are probably only worth like $3 or $4, but there's definitely some out there that are worth anywhere from, a couple hundred, and they can go all the way up to several 100,000 if you have the right coins inside. So I've done some research. I've put it all together in a presentation in PowerPoint. I'm going to talk over that. We'll go from the least valuable to the most valuable in terms of the ones that you're going to be looking for. Let's go right to the presentation, and I'll give you the full scoop on what proof sets to look for. So here we have our first of the 12 proof sets that we'll be discussing, and the one that we're going to talk about first is the 1979 proof set with the Type 2 mint mark. Now, before I get into this one, though, I'm not going to be doing as much commentary as normal because they are relatively similar. I will try to give some sense of pricing, but there are a lot of the 1979 proof sets out there, and there are a select few with the Type 2 mint mark that can be seen here as opposed to a more lumpy one. You can see the difference in the serifs especially. That is a lot more rare, and it's a $50 proof set. Now, those values will really escalate as we go along, starting with number 11, which is the 1970 proof set, except you're going to be looking for the small date in the proof penny. So you can see here, this is the difference between large date and small date, but the top of the 7 is going to be parallel to the top of the 0, whereas you can see here it's offset significantly. And that's something that you can normally see with your naked eye or with a small magnifying. Doesn't need to be a lot. And the value for one of the small date ones is going to be an $85 price tag. These values are all sourced from PCGS.com, so they may be slightly inflated is my best guess, but I'm not exactly sure. We'll just go off of what they have. They should be able to order it relatively well, though. The next is number 10, 1955 and back, so pre-1956 proof sets. You can see here, this is the 1955. It's worth about $100. Values go up quickly as you go back, and then the most expensive is the first one, a 1936 proof set. Those are probably worth about $6,000, $6,500 or so. And one interesting thing is the really early proof sets, the packaging was really bad. There's very little packaging left. So here was kind of a set that was made where they certified them all, but you probably won't be able to get one with original packaging. Number 9 is 2012 proof sets, and the reason why it's proof sets is that there's a lot of different ones that are valuable. It's about $125 for this clad one, and then $250 for the silver one. The only one that's not too valuable, it's like $20 for the quarters, but here it is, and you want to take a look if you have one of them. Some of the other ones that are more recent are going to be more expensive, but the 2012 one is standout with that numbers, the $250 for silver especially being pretty high. At number 8, we have the 1981 proof set, so similar to the 1979 proof set, except the Type 2 mint mark is going to be a bit different. The thing that I really see is that there's a flat S in the Type 1. You're going to want to be looking for this rounded serif to the S. In the Susan B. Anthony, I always look, because the Susan B. Anthony sometimes is just made with that mint mark anyways, but this is about a $250 coin. So again, that's some real value. That would be great to tack on to a proof set. At number 7, we have the 1996 Prestige proof set, and a lot of the Prestige sets are often maybe a little overvalued, but this one is interesting. It's just the key date for these Prestige proof sets. There's an Olympic-themed dollar included, and I think a $50 down here, and it's not the silver content. It's just a very valuable set. I guess not a ton were ordered or kept or whatever, but the figure on this is it ranges between $250 and $300. Especially important to have the box and COA. That'll increase the value significantly when compared to one that does not have the box or COA. And then at number 6, we start our long list of coins that are going to have a very similar set of characteristics. So here you see a 1983 proof set. With the proofs coins, they're almost always going to have an S mint mark, and often there are some no S mint mark ones that are found in the proof sets that will accordingly be very valuable. So one of the least valuable ones is the 1983. The set sometimes has dimes that lack that S mint mark, and they start out at about $675. So that's the price tag on that one. As we move forward, then you get the 1970 proof set, which also has some with no S, and that's about an $850 coin. At number 4, the 1971 proof set, some of the nickels, the S mint mark should be found here, will not be having that there. And this is a $1,250 proof set, so as you can see, the values are going up significantly, increasing steadily. And then the 1990 proof set is subject to have some no S pennies. As you can see, the S should be missing. I guess I put the wrong photo here, but that's fine. This is what it looks like over here. And then this one's going to be worth about $4,500. And then if it's in a prestige proof set, it's about an extra $250, which is not the normal cost for the 1990 prestige proof set. So the $250 represents a pretty good increase there if you can find it in a prestige proof set. At number 2, we have the 1968 proof set. Some of the dimes there can be really valuable, about $15,000 for this one this time. And then lastly, the one to look for, you've probably heard this a bunch of times, but is the 1975 proof set. Only 2 are known. 1975 dimes with no S command between $300,000 and $350,000. So a huge find would be there. But all these proof sets should be taken a closer look at. If you could make a find, that would be great. Occasionally somebody looks and actually realizes that they have one of these rarities, and whether it's $50 or $50,000 or $500,000, let's just say that the 75 goes up in price, it's fun to see some good finds that are made at no extra cost to you. Thanks for watching the video. If you haven't already, I'd encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay in contact with me on my Instagram, TreasureTownYT, Facebook, TreasureTown, or my website, TreasureTownYT.com. And I love receiving packages from you guys. I'll unbox them in a video once I get enough, and my address for that is TreasureTown, P.O. Box 201, Greenwich, Connecticut 06836. So I'll see you on some of my other videos.